Hi, how is everybody today? I hope everybody is doing great. We are studying contractions this week. Contractions are two words. We put them together and they form one word. And I know last week we had compound words where we put them together to form a new word with a different meaning. But now contractions are when we put two words together just because we're saying it fast. Some letters get dropped and it becomes one word. And you'll see what I mean in just a moment. Okay, so the way I organized this slide is the first line, for example, these two words, it is. These are the two words that we start with. It is, he is, she is, and so on. And then this line right below tells you the contraction made from these two words. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get started and you will see what I mean. It is, we put them together and we make a contraction. It's, and you see this apostrophe right here means that it's taking the place of a vowel, of a letter that got dropped. This letter I was dropped, and so we put the apostrophe as a place saver. So it is becomes it's. So instead of saying it is, we can say it's, and that is one word instead of the two words. Next, we have he is. We squish them together and it becomes he's, and the apostrophe is taking the place of this letter I. He is becomes he's. She is becomes she's. And we can use this new word exactly the same way in a sentence we would use the two words she is. We would just say it fast and we'd say she's. And we use it the same way in the sentence. The meaning doesn't change. It's not a brand new word with a different meaning. It has the same exact meaning as the two words. We're just saying it fast and we're squishing them together. I will becomes I'll. This apostrophe takes the place of the W and the I. So the apostrophe can take the place of two letters. It doesn't just have to be one letter. He will becomes he'll. And this apostrophe takes the place of the W and the I. She will becomes she'll. We will becomes we'll. I am becomes I'm. This apostrophe takes the place of the A. I have becomes I've. And the apostrophe takes the place of the H and the A. So let's go ahead and read just the contraction row. It's, he's, she's, I'll, he'll, she'll, we'll, I'm, I've. Let's use some of these words in a sentence so you can see what I mean. So you say, let's see. It's very hot outside. We said it's instead of it is very hot outside. It's very hot outside. You could say, he's my brother, instead of saying he is my brother. You say, he's my brother. Let's jump to this one. You say, I'll be late to school unless I hurry up. You say, I'll, instead of I will be late. You would say, I'll be late. You see what I mean? He'll be home soon, instead of he will be home soon. He'll be home soon. Okay, so you see what I mean? You could use them the exact same way. Use the contractions as you would use the two words. Okay, this is I would, and you see a lot of letters dropped out to use this contraction I'd. W, O, U, and L get dropped, and you say I'd. So instead of saying, I would like a cookie, you say, I'd like a cookie. She would becomes she'd, and the apostrophe takes the place of all these letters here that get dropped. He would becomes he'd. Let us becomes let's. Like, let's go see a movie. Instead of let us go see a movie, let's go to the playground. Okay, and the apostrophe takes the place of the U. Cannot becomes can't. And you see this apostrophe takes the place of this N and the O that get dropped. Are not becomes aren't. Did not becomes didn't. Is not becomes isn't. Let's read the contraction line. I'd, she'd, he'd, let's, can't, aren't, didn't, isn't. Next part, we have does not becomes doesn't. Do not becomes don't. The O changed the sound, but the words didn't change the meaning. This apostrophe just takes the place of that O, and we just say don't. Has not becomes hasn't. Have not becomes haven't. Will not becomes won't. And this is an example of a contraction that changed the spelling a little bit. It didn't just drop this letter O. We changed this will. Instead of saying will not, we changed it to won't. So this O took the place of these three letters, and then this O got dropped over here. Same word, won't, means the same as will not. I will not play with fire. I won't play with fire. Sometimes it's hard to think of a sentence. Okay, we have where is becomes where's. Who is becomes whose. Okay, let's read just the contraction line. Doesn't, don't, hasn't, haven't, won't, where's, whose. And the last section here we have that is becomes that's. There is becomes theirs. They will becomes they'll. They are becomes their. This is not to be confused with the other two theirs. We have there showing location, like my book is over there on the table. And the other kind of there is showing possession. It belongs to them. That is their house. This is different. This says their, and that means they are. Like they're on their way over to my house. They are on their way over to my house. So there's the other two theirs that sound almost the same, but we don't want to get confused. This one means they are. You are becomes your. And this is a word that gets confused with the other your, which means possession, like that is your bike or that is your house. That's just Y-O-U-R. And that one gets mixed up with this one a lot. This one means you are, like you are welcome to come over. You're welcome. So it's a different word. And a lot of people get that mixed up with the other your. So you are is your. We are becomes we're. What is becomes what's. And let's read this contraction line. That's, theirs, they'll, their, your, we're, what's. Okay. And there are some more contractions, but these are the ones that are the most common that you will see mostly in your reading. Okay, great work today. Keep practicing.